that. There was
Like,
nothing.
They
like-
pushed for Horizon big time
Like
for
Binary
E3.
Domain also. This is all Sega titles. I'm just throwing out
Binary
there.
Domain.
But
That's
Binary
another good one.
Domain. Like these titles are like.
You said binary no name.
And you might as well call it that.
Wow.
It's Binary No Name.
PlayStation and Guerrilla Games are planning a trilogy of Horizon Zero Dawn games with co-op.
You didn't have to
I
stop.
thought you were gonna say something else.
Yeah, you didn't stop. You didn't have to stop there.
Co-op.
No, I wasn't emphasizing the co-op.
Now you were nervous.
All right.
He's like, all right.
Well,
So
as
what
you
if I
know,
was?
Horizon Zero Dawn is a huge title for Sony.
Mhm.
It's basically their Legend of Zelda.
I actually want to play it.
And it came out the same, almost like the same damn day as
Yes.
their. If it wasn't the same, it might have been the same.
No,
day.
it was around the time. I remember it was February.
Yeah, but it's like their version. It's a more realistic version. you
Got
know,
snubbed.
Yeah, and it definitely got snubbed in
It
any
got
awards
snubbed, man.
for the whole year.
Snubbed.
Amazing game. I give it like a 9, easily.
Zelda was the better game. Zelda
didn't
was
play
the
it.
better game.
You didn't play
Did you
Horizon
play
at all.
Horizon?
I don't need
I don't
to.
need to.
But get
Okay,
this though,
so
you know what's
I-
crazy about the Horizon? I played a good amount of it.
Mhm.
I'm like, from when I checked, I'm halfway through the game. I stopped playing.
It takes a bit to get in. Like when you're in it, you're in it.
Yeah.
Like it has to be the only game you're playing.
That's the thing with these open world games.
Yeah.
It's just
There's
too
a
open world.
part where you're in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
But then there's like you saw me playing God of War. It's like it takes me a couple of hours to get involved in the world. Like how does the shop work?
Because you didn't know what everything was.
Yeah, I'm
happening.
like, how
Yes.
does it work?
Once you figure
Yeah.
out how the mechanics
Then
work,
you
Yeah.
get started.
you're like, oh, I know where to hit this guy. I
Yeah.
know
Right.
what to do here,
Yep.
and the strategies that go into it. And it's a very polished game, especially for
Super polished, man.
a
Yeah.
first, like the first time that game's been made. It's not like a franchise or anything.
I'll
that was
play it.
the
No.
first time it
I'll
was
play it
made.
eventually.
Yeah, for a new IP for Sony to do something like that, that was really,
But-
really, really done.
Pretty
For the
crazy.
people that actually played this game, what do you think about co-op though?
So apparently they had co-op in mind, even on the first one.
Ooh,
I didn't know that.
They found out through like the drawings they did for the pre-production and all that.
Interesting this is.
They didn't include it because obviously that's probably too much to do at the time,
Right.
especially when it was an unproven franchise. So I did hear. Remember we did the news a while ago about the girl who like let it leak that there was a second one in development,
kind of.
Yeah.
and she just blabbed it out. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
voice
yeah.
acting on that one is crazy. Part 2, blah blah blah. And they were like, what part 2?
They're like,
Yeah.
well, you're fired for all
Yeah, yeah.
future
Well,
projects.
we didn't hear anything
right.
from her after that. I don't
Well,
know.
that
She's
happens
done.
a lot, man.
I don't know what happened. But now apparently they said that it was originally supposed to be a PS4 game, but with the titles that they have like 2 big titles coming out from Sony, and then they're moving on to the PS5. So they probably said, let's move all production to PS5.
Do you think
this one.
co-op could work?
I don't know how.
I don't know how either.
Like I
Well,
know that
obviously online could work.
probably
but-
only going to be online that way.
Maybe because
I don't know if it's gonna be split
well,
screen.
if it's in development now and they have the next generation console, which is the PS5, and we know that the loading times and all that shit, which changes, developing games.
Yeah.
Like it's basically groundbreaking
I'm just saying how
for
you see
development.
it on the screen though.
So-
Do you see it at home?
It
Split?
might be split screen.
Maybe we'll see.
Because
lot-
if
a
there's
lot
no
of
loading
splits-
times, that means that they can handle a lot of bandwidth.
Well, it's good
at
to hear
once,
that
so-
they had an idea of how to fight
Right.
multiplayer on these enemies and stuff.
Split screen is very underrated. A lot of people shit on split screen, but a lot of these games, especially like 3D games, have like pulled it off very well. Like A Way Out is pulled off 3D,
But it depends
split
on-
screen very well.
It depends on how many in this
Yeah, that
co-op
was
are you
awesome.
talking.
Right.
Talking like 4 people? Are you talking 10 people? Like what are you
Shit.
talking about? Is
Shit.
it just one?
Hopefully one extra.
Yeah,
hopefully
just 2
one
people?
extra.
Because if they had that, they might
Well, they have tribes and shit like that.
I know.
And like
They might
you
have,
That would have
like-
to be
so
online.
they might have online like big things planned
It's
for it.
possible.
Well, a lot of these things can do like, if we're doing online, then you could do like up to 4 or 8. But
So
if it's just local,
Yeah,
2.
it's 2.
2. I mean,
Dude.
that's fine because like for a game like that, I can only see 2.
But could you ever imagine a game playing like Zelda but being 2 players?
Yes,
Like
I
have
can.
you? have
I
you-
can. I can.
I mean,
Yeah,
they
that would be
had the
super
Zelda, the 4-player Zelda, obviously the overhead one.
Right.
But this is obviously not overhead.
Well, if you do it like like I don't know, over the like depends where the camera is. You know, like if you have it right behind you or if you have it over like Darksiders Genesis, they have which is shocking to me, did a 2-player co-op split screen.
yeah,
Which
but that's
is-
mostly overhead.
Yeah, it's
Isometric-
mostly overhead. Yeah, which is still kind of weird too.
Mhm.
But like they
They pulled
went
it
through
off.
with it. Darksiders Genesis. Check it out. Actually, it looks intriguing.
Well, like you said,
It looks very intriguing.
well, like you said with a Way
yeah.
Out, how they did
Yeah,
co-op
that
like,
was
perfectly,
done,
right?
But that was made for co-op.
That was made for co-op. So this,
Yeah.
Hey guys, Kefir1 in the chat says, "What's up, dudes? Does anyone want black velvet?"
oh shit,
Yo! Damn it, Mahmoud!
yo,
Oh, no, that's Kenny. Damn it, Kenny!
No,
This
that's Kenny. That's Kenny.
You
That's
evil
not-
man!
The cover is blown.
Yo, block him with his block him
No.
with his black velvet nasty whiskey.
I think you should do a shot of that.
No, man, we don't even have it here. Actually, do we?
hell no, man, we don't got that shit.
Actually, no. My mom's friend
that's in the
Black
gas
got me
station.
a bottle of black velvet whiskey like 3 Christmases ago, and I'd
Yeah.
never touched it. It might be on the
Oh.
bar still.
That should be in a gas tank.
It should.
It should be in a fucking. You should.
If it comes in a plastic
It should be.
bottle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be used to
You
like.
should. You
Yeah.
run out of gas in your car. Just throw that shit in there. You're good. You're good. You'll go for another 100 miles, man.
Well, back on topic. So,
Well, we weren't talking about black
Kenny
velvet.
says,
Sorry.
"Nice seeing
Ah,
you
it's good.
guys."
Yep.
Thank
so
you.
Same here, man.
since Horizon Zero Dawn has sold 10 million as a first generation title, like a first title.
That's pretty
that
damn
For a
good.
new IP, that's a huge.
Very, very
was 10
good.
million.
Huge.
Not as much as
God
Zelda.
damn.
but it's pretty
No one's
good.
talking about Zelda. No one's talking about Zelda.
New IP,
We're
Kev.
not talking
Brand
about
new
the-
IP.
We're not talking about Zelda 18.
Zelda 18.
Yeah.
So,
It's probably been 18.
Right now,
Probably.
right? Games.
but yeah, so 10,000. I didn't think they had a trilogy in mind, but selling that much, you're damn right they got.
you better do a trilogy.
Right, they got some sequels coming.
Well, you think about like a lot of the Sony IPs, like The Last of Us, the fucking like they do.
They do
really-
very well.
They do very well.
They do
like,
very well.
as far as like
They sell more than any Capcom game ever.
think about like new IPs.
Guys, slow down, man.
Well, that's part of the show. It's part of the
Some
show.
more than
Think about
Damn.
new IPs that just like fail off the bat. Like they're just like shit.
Did Vanquish
You know.
fail? Because that game was amazing.
No, it just didn't sell. well.
didn't
It
sell well,
probably
did it?
didn't. It didn't do. It
didn't sell well.
fail.
It's not.
It wasn't a title that was made to be huge.
It wasn't well known. It's a hidden gem. It's one of those hidden gems.
That
it
one-
did,
there
it
wasn't-
did well enough to like. I mean, the re-release probably helped them a lot more too.
Yeah.
That game has a special place in my heart. Like, yo,
But there's
someone's
no-
got to do something with this.
There was no promotion for that game. There was no commercial or advertisement for that. There was
Like,
nothing.
They
Like-
pushed for Horizon big time
like
for
Binary
E3.
Domain also. These are all Sega titles. I'm just
Yeah,
throwing out
Binary
there.
Domain.
But
That's another
Binary
good one.
Domain. Like these
Yeah.
these titles are like.
You said binary, no name.
and you might as well call it that.
Wow.
It's Binary No Name.
Nobody knows about it.
No one knows. No one even cares.
Doesn't
about
exist.
It. Awesome game.
Yeah.
But yeah, certain games have
Binary,
certain
no name.
budgets, and they don't have to hit millions of sales to make
Right.
their budget back.
Right.
If it's not,
Doesn't mean it's a bad game.
Yeah.
It reviews well, but sometimes they just don't sell. It doesn't get
if you play those games now, they'll hold up pretty
Yeah,
well.
definitely.
pretty well.
I actually wanted to play it. That's for how much is that for Switch, Kev? It's like a part of the Bayonetta.
Either 30 or 20.
That's not bad.
Dude, why isn't Vanquish the Platinum Games Vanquish and Bayonetta on the Switch, man? Why isn't that available for it?
No, they have Bayonetta 1 and 2, so they're not bringing Vanquish and Bayonetta. It doesn't make sense.
I want Vanquish on the Switch.
No,
I want the game on the Switch.
I'd probably get it.
That's like a.
I'd
That's
probably
like
get
a.
Yo, just play it on your 360.
I gotta bust out the.
Nah,
360.
man.
I love the 360, but I gotta bust it out again.
Yeah.
Pause.
Not if you get an Xbox, because then you can just play it on there.
Yo, dude, I
True,
broke out my
true.
Xbox One. That blew off the dust.
Wait, the Xbox One or the first Xbox?
Yo,
No,
you
I
I
actually
blew off the
heat.
dust. Not a hater, man. I own the fucking system. I bought it with my own money, you motherfucker. I own it. I own a 360. So anyway, I have a limited amount of HDMI ports on my TV in my room, right? So I broke out my Xbox 360, which I love. That's my favorite system. And I'm like, damn, I don't have any place to plug it in. So then I was like, the Xbox One has the fucking
The one in the back?
has the extra HDMI cable.
So there is a good reason to have
So
one.
yeah, so I used my Xbox One to play my Xbox 360, and I was playing Hydro Thunder last week. That shit was dope.
I put a Chromecast in mine. It
It's so
works.
funny, man.
It
I'm
works.
like, and then I thought about it. I'm like, damn, I'm using my Xbox One as an HDMI switch.
I'm using my smart Xbox to be a Chromecast. It doesn't make much
Yo.
sense. You
just
can
don't
still
use it-
stream.
you
You can
just-
stream with it.
You
It's
just
fine.
don't use it for gaming. That's all.
You don't need games. It doesn't have games. Use it for everything else.
Everything else is good. It's good for everything else.
I
Right,
just wish
Chalk?
you can actually get a good HDMI
man.
splitter that you can just buy for cheap. That works.
Yo, what HDMI splitter do you know that you could talk to it and it fucking let me say that.
I'm looking forward to
Oh,
the
shit.
Series
You looking forward to the
X. I
Series
think
X?
it's gonna
I'm
be
looking
awesome.
forward to Horizon Zero Dawn,
Hell yeah, man.
the next one.
Yeah, that sounds interesting, man.
We stay.
I know exactly.
Yo,
Yeah,
if it's
gonna be a great
local
series. It's gonna
co-op,
be a great
hell yeah, I
series.
support anything local co-op.
Yes.
Man, that's it.
Same.
So
I think it has very similar gameplay mechanics to like a Tomb Raider, but like a Tomb Raider Zelda combination.
oh, that sounds.
I would
pretty
say
fun.
it. Well, not fighting wise, but I would.
With
Oh, yeah,
mechanized.
I would say it's
beasts.
like the Arkham series, like Arkham Knight. As far as like
So the reason why
making that co-op, right? The
Yeah,
Arkham
yeah.
games. If you can make that co-op, like that's the way I would
Oh,
see it. Like, if,
that's the
like
dream.
same thing with Horizon in that sense. It's like how
That's the dream.
how would you make that co-op, and how would you make Horizon co-op? That's the way I see it. It's like
well, you know why I think that this is going to be PS5? Like obviously because PS5 is right around the corner.
Well, because co-op.
But when they're talking about pulling the bow and feeling that tension, I'm like, what game has a bow for PlayStation?
right.
Nintendo
it's-
Land.
Nintendo Land, yeah.
What?
With the bow, with the bow, dude.
Horizon has the bow.
Sony.
So that's the game they're talking about when they say you can feel the tension in the bow because they're testing it now.
Yeah.
And obviously they're going to want another one on that system too. So
You sure it's not Tomb Raider? Let me stop now.
Damn.
it could be, but I haven't heard
No,
a
no,
damn
it's
thing
not-
about
that's-
Tomb
but
Raider.
that's
Well,
not-
that's good though.
it's
It's
not
not
a
giving
first-
it the Assassin's Creed treatment. Take a fucking break.
It's
because
not.
It's
It's
3
not
was
a-
not impressive.
It's a multi-platform game.
It was
anyways.
good, but it's not impressive.
You mean 9? Nah, I don't even know what number that one was.
Dude, I don't even know. Though I like the Rambo shit. You see
Damn.
the mud all over the face and stuff.
It
That
had
shit
its-
is dope.
It had its moment.
I love that. But everything else, like that tribe shit, whack.
Y'all ready for the last?
Of us?
Was. I like that.